Hello students. Let us understand Human Development Report. As we understood that human development is a qualitative concept and there is no a fixed parameter about it, and we still want to know whether the human development is actually done or not, how can it be done? So let us see that what is included in it. How can we rate them? Like we have a fixed measurement that those with the age from 0 to 18 are children, those with 18 to 59 are adults, and 59 and above are senior citizens. Likewise, we have a criteria of development too. So since 1990, right from the year when Amartya Sen proposed this Human Development Index, this report is being submitted by every country every year in United Nations. And it has 4 sections. Which country falls under what section? So the highest is 1 to 49 ranking is given, which has got, okay, before understanding this I forgot to say that the range of measurement of HDI is between 0 to 1. This can be asked in objective also, you need to remember. So the rank, the number, the score that is closer to 1 is a good HDI. The one that is closer to 0 is a bad HDI, right? So any score above 0.802 is a good score, and that is the highest HDI, what we can say. Countries like Norway, Australia, Switzerland, America, Britain, Japan, France, these countries, they have highest Human Development Index because their HDR is is above 0.802. Now there are some countries that are given 50 to 105 rank whose score is between 0.700 to 0.798. So you can see 802 and 798, there is a gap of 0.004. It is because there could be a minor variation with time. So countries like Russia, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Brazil, China, Thailand, these countries, they have a high Human Development Index according to this report. The medium ones, they have the score from 0.555 to 0.698. Again, here it is 798, it is 0.698 because 0.010 is the variation. So countries like Indonesia, Philippines, South Africa, Iraq, and our country, India, they fall under medium HDI group. And the last one is low, very poor Human Development Index. The ranking is after 143, that is 144 to 188 countries, and their Human Development Index is 0.5 below 0.550. So they are almost below half the way because the range is 0 to 1 and it's 0.5 onwards. So it's not a very good condition of a country for people to live there. So the happiness index, the employment rate, poverty rate might not be as good. So Kenya, Pakistan, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Niger, these are the places where there is a lot of human development needed, and human development can be possible only if the economy develops. And economy develops when people, they work, people pay taxes, there's negligible unemployment, poverty issues, where people, they are studied enough, where the happiness is high, where there is basic amenities, basic infrastructure, where things are at its perfect order and no chaos. So I hope that you are clear with what is the highest rate, what is high, what is medium, and what is low HDI group. Students, you have to remember this parameter. It will help you to find out whether a particular country is in medium HDI growth, low, high, or very high. So from 1990 onwards till 2020, till this year, every year in UNDP, this has to be published by every country. So I hope that you are clear about what Human Development Report is. Okay, now let us understand the position of our neighbors with respect to the Human Development Report. So, HDR of India and its neighbors is given here, but before understanding our neighbors with respect to us, let us understand our own past. So, in 1990, our HDI index was just 0.428, not even closer to 0.5. So we were rated as low HDI nation. In 2000, it increased a bit to 0.496. Not a good score, right? In 2010, we reached to 0.586. So finally we reached that halfway. In 2014, it was 0.604. In 2015, it was 0.609. This is the last data that we have in our textbook. We are better than this position, but we have a lot to travel yet. So in 2015, according to the ranking of all the nations, our rank was 130th. Just imagine, not even half the way we are when we compare all the countries. Though we are good here, 0.609 is not bad, obviously not very good as well. But we are 130th rank. Now let us see what our neighbors they are at. Sri Lanka 0.759. Now imagine Sri Lanka, a small country, we are 0.609, they are 0.759. There are many factors, I will explain at the end why so. China is 90th order, 90th position, 0.727. Maldives 104.706. Now these are the three countries which are much better than us. Now comes our rank 130 here. Then below us, or those who are ranked below, are Bhutan at 132 position, Bangladesh 142 position, Nepal 145 position, Pakistan 147 position, Myanmar 148 and Afghanistan 171 position. So as you can see that all our neighbors, the extreme west, the northwest, the northeast, east and south India, all our neighbors are included here. I know it is not very easy to remember their HDI score, but at least the rank can be remembered. Whenever HDI or HDR is asked and when you produce a very good quantitative data, your answer will sound technical. So it is very important, children, to remember whatsoever you can. And regarding India, you have to remember. Okay? Now I was wanting to share with you that why is a country like Sri Lanka and Maldives quite forward than us. So the first parameter is population. You know, in the top countries of HDI, the 10-15 countries grouped together, whatsoever their population is, belongs to India alone. And where there are more people, there will be more problems. And to solve more problems, government will require so many efforts. Government will require so much fund. We are not that good taxpayers. We are not good law abiders. If new road is constructed, we don't care because we feel that where is it made from my money. We don't take care of public property the way we take care of our own property. Our attitude, though maximum people are literate now, but attitudes is still like illiterate. We don't behave like we are educated. We never try to reduce the problems of country. We might indirectly be harming our country's progress. Why you all are taught this? Why does the textbook or the government or the education board want you to know the position of India in past and now so that you can relate where you want your country to be in future? And how? We already studied so many economics chapters. In whatsoever way, children, we can work, in whatsoever way we can contribute to our country's development, in being a good citizen, you know, it's our prime duty. So it's not only about figures, it's not only about concepts, but it is more about understanding. It's not even scoring in boards alone, but it's about learning something genuinely, implementing it, being helpful to your nation. Economics is the noblest subject. Why is it my personal favorite? This is the only reason. We understand the real problems of our nation and we can try to contribute to help in any way possible. Like the way I am helping you guys getting literate. Maybe what I alone cannot do, if I say so many people and we together do, will always have a better impact, a stronger impact, right? So I hope that you are now thoroughly clear with HDR. See you in the next class with the next topic. Bye bye.